Greenbook, the channel that takes you from coast to coast and con to con. I am your travel guide, Brendan. And of course, welcome to our Monday live watch party here in the Scary Sanctuary. Glad to have you here with us. Tonight, we are going to watch Campfire Tales, which is a film I haven't seen in years. It's been quite a while. But I was at a con recently and someone brought it up, and I decided, you know what, that would be a fun one to watch on the live watch party because I remembered that it was on Tubi. And lo and behold, I did a quick check to see if it was still on there, and thankfully it was. So that's what we're going to watch tonight. Also, a little bit later, we're going to do our actual first giveaway. So I put in a random generator. So we're going to go and see who won the four prizes that we have, and we will be giving away for our travelers here. Hey, what's going on, Joseph? Glad to have you here, buddy. Yes, I am having a good night. Unfortunately, I'm doing the live watch party on Tuesday instead of Monday, but I was delayed a little bit with traffic coming back from Creep IE Con over the weekend. But it was a super fun con. Met a lot of great people. I love the conventions out in California. There's always very good vendors, great celebrities because, of course, a lot of them live out in the Southern California area. So a lot of good times. Hey, Benjamin. Hey, it's nice to meet you, buddy. Good to have you here on the live watch party, buddy. Yeah, man. Benjamin is a very cool kid that I met at Creep IE Con. So speaking of Creep IE Con, it was great. Hey, what's going on, Tony? Yes, Taco Tuesday. But yeah, guys, just getting back from Ontario, Cal, and it was a fun time, guys. I went last year and I had to go back. I really enjoy it, and I'm really looking forward to Monsterpalooza in I believe May. So I think that is right after Texas Frightmare. So this is gonna be like prime time for great horror conventions. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to Benjamin. Benny's really cool. I met him and his it was three kids. It was him and his two younger sisters, and they were fantastic kids. You reminded me a lot of my son. But yeah, man, I can't wait for you to meet Danielle, Joseph. Yeah, the Lost Boys panel was pretty sick. I saw them also at Texas Frightmare, I believe last year or the year before. And whenever I can get you know, a good amount of the cast of the Lost Boys together to talk about their memories and careers is always a fun time. And it's really cool whenever you have those cast members of a film that are used to doing cons together. So, it's not really awkward, or it's like, oh, it's my first time seeing you in forever. So that was really cool. Only wish that Kiefer would have been there to join. That would have been really cool. I'm very honored to have you say that, Benny. Really, seriously. Hey, oh, Restless in the house. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, we're going to be on our best behavior with Benny in the house. But we're going to be the cool uncles. Yeah, The Lost Boys is one of my favorites. I think it's like the perfect double feature with Near Dark. Yeah, so we're gonna hang out here for a little bit. Let's just say we'll start the film at, let's just say, maybe 9:40. But yeah, hey man, you're really cool, man. He had a really cool family. His mom was also pretty awesome. And it was a good night to meet some awesome people at Creep Con. That's one of my favorite things about going to the cons. I also met another YouTube content creator that I've been following for a while, Halloween 365 Days. Her name is Judy, and she's really cool. I want to chop it up with her a little bit about getting around and doing more events because she gets invited to a lot of um, movie screenings really early and things of that nature. So I think that's one of my main goals this year is to get more ingrained in that side of content creating, going to more premieres, early screenings, interviews with directors, just really get myself out there, guys. You know, get that exclusive content for the travelers. Oh, Fright Night, Lost Boys versus Fright Night, man, that's a hard one. Seriously, I love them both. It really just depends on the mood that I'm in because Fright Night's one of those ones that's just like, oh man, if I want something that I feel is a little bit more family friendly, I would say, because I have memories of watching that one with my mom on TV. It was edited a little bit, so we didn't get the full glory of just all the fun of Fright Night. But I also saw The Lost Boys with my mom too. But I don't know. I would say it just really depends on the night, though, Tony. That's a really hard one. Yeah, Fright Night's a lot of nostalgia. Like that's one of those ones that really got me into horror as well. Like there's a lot of nostalgia around that one with me. Also, you see it, The Lost Boys on DVD. Yeah, you gotta love that physical media collection. Also, you're going to the con, and oh, you're asking if I'm going to the con in the summer. I'm not sure just yet, Benny. I'm if I'm lucky, I will go to that one. I'm gonna keep an update on the guest list that will be there, but if I can make it there, I'm gonna definitely do it for sure. Oh, you've never seen Fright Night, Joseph? Hey, Joe, you need to see Fright Night for real. That's a really good one. Got the iconic Rowdy McDowell in there. Roddy McDowell. Um, man, it's a great cast. Chris Sarandon, like just great names in there. And let's see here. I remember when Lost Boys first came up, my stepbrother's like, "You got to see this movie." I'm like, "Lost Boys." I figure it's just kids who are lost somewhere. You know what? That's this. That's so funny because I had the exact same story when my mom said that, "Oh, there's this film I think you'll like called The Lost Boys." I assumed it was something regarding Peter Pan or something. So it's funny how when you're a kid, you kind of take things really literally or directly tied to the only reference that you have with that. So that's funny. That's the one of the first things I think of whenever I see that. Yeah, for you gotta watch the OG on Friday Night for sure. Yeah, definitely keep me on that. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and start the giveaway, guys. So, I did our first giveaway on our last channel. Well, I announced our first giveaway on the channel for the Days of the Dead convention. And I decided basically I want to start giving some things back to the travelers. So with that being said, I went ahead and got the names of everyone that commented the favorite thing about Days of the Dead Vegas, who is a subscriber. And I went ahead and got them lined up here, and we're going to go ahead and pick four winners. So good luck to everyone, and let's get to it. Hey, no worries about that. There are going to be plenty of more giveaways, and there may be one in the Creep IE Con if you look close enough. So that's one of the things I'll keep a mystery. I'll go ahead and see if people are paying attention, and I'll drop maybe a giveaway at the most random time. So, all right, guys, let's get to it. Our first person on our first spin will be. Oh, we got Bumper. Bumper is our first winner. Good call, guys. Whoever said bumper, there you have it. So we will remove bumper from the first one. We have three more people that will be chosen. The second one will be oh sweet. We have Lindy Evans. I met Lindy at Days of the Dead also, so she's super cool. So I am going to make sure to message her and get that prize out to her. All right. Our third person shall be. And what's up, Vero? Glad to have you here. Oh, that was close. The suspense. Ryan Robertson. All right. Our third winner. And our fourth and final winner for this very first giveaway on the Horror Greenbook. And trust me, guys, the prizes will get better and better. Trust me, as the year goes on. Will be Brad 2X. There you go, guys. Congratulations to all of our winners for the very first Horror Greenbook giveaway. Round of applause to everyone. Hey, no worries, guys. There will be future giveaways. Trust me, I will be giving away all types of cool stuff from conventions that I will be going to, all types of horror events. I just want to, give back to you guys, just to repay all the support that you guys give to the channel. Like, it really means a lot to me to have all of you guys hanging out with me and just, enjoying the growth of the channel. It really means a lot. The likes, the subscribes, the sharing it with your friends and family. Like, I felt that 2025 was going to be the year that I would try to repay some of that kindness to you guys. All right, let's see. Tony said, dang, I should have commented. I would have just gifted it to Benny. Yeah. Hey. Yes, W to everyone. Thank you so much to the winners. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and start the film here at 45 past the hour, guys. And of course, the link is included in the chat where you will be able to find the film on Tubi, or for those of you that are lucky enough to have Campfire Tales on physical media. It's been a while since I've last seen this film, guys. So this is going to be a fun treat to watch with you all. Yes, I really can't wait to get more into the giveaways. Like, seriously, guys, like, I come across so many like cool things as far as like stickers from vendors, t-shirts that people give away. And I just want to give away some cool, fun merch for you guys. Even if it's something that you may or may not fit, it would be something that you can give away to friends or family members. Just fun little keepsakes to, say that, it came from me. So I'm really, really looking forward to the growth this upcoming year, guys. And hopefully you guys are all set. You're cozy. You have your snacks, your drinks. Everything is all good. All right, guys. I'm almost set. The only thing I have to do is just press play. And I'm just keeping my eye on the clock here. And of course, if you guys ever need a timestamp, depending on, if you run across any ads or anything, just ask. We will be very happy to do that. Press play, guys. You want them to make a Jamie Lloyd fun code? That would actually be a really cool one. Seriously. I'm surprised they haven't. Are you sure there hasn't been one? Rhonda Shear's been doing a live social hour on Thursdays. We should all hit it up and bring some of those viewers to this channel. Hey, that would be dope. Yeah, let's do that. I love Rhonda Shear. So that'd be dope for me to actually see what she has going on over her side and hang out with some good people. Yeah, don't be nervous, Joseph. Danielle's one of the nicest celebrities, I can assure you. And she loves her fans. That's one of the best things about her, why her line is consistently pretty long no matter what con she's at. Let's both be real. Young James. It's like right before he was Cyclops. I hated him as Cyclops, honestly. He's a good guy though. But maybe that could just be my bias for being a Wolverine fan. I've never liked any incarnation of Cyclops ever. But he's the Boy Scout, so yes, totally like the beginning of Night of the Creeps for sure. I really enjoy those films like this and Body Bags. That gives like that whole cool anthology feel. What conventions I have coming up? Let's see. Well, immediately, while not a convention, this weekend I will be seeing Joe Bob Briggs at the Historic Texas Theater. He's going to be showing a double feature of films. It's going to be Bubba Hotep and Rock and Roll High School. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And they announced that Darcy's going to be there as well. So I'll get to hang out and see Joe Bob and Darcy. As far as cons, I will be going to Transworld. It will be my first time going there. I've always wanted to check that out. That's like one of the iconic like hunt conventions, along with Midsummer Scream. So I really want to check that out. If everything goes well, I'll be going to Blurred Con, and this year they're doing a horror themed convention this year. Um, Next after that, I believe I want to do, if everything goes well, keep your fingers crossed for me, travelers. I'll be doing Still City Con, and I've always wanted to do a Still City Con. They always, while not specifically a horror convention, they bring out a lot of big horror related guests. So that will be very cool to see. Um, and I have to double check the list. I think I may be doing Cult Classic Con in Bastrop, Texas, which is known for being where the area for the gas station from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is located. So those would be the ones on the horizon, and then right after that will be Texas Frightmare. Oh, I keep forgetting. Also, I'll be doing Horror Hound. I will definitely be doing Horror Hound in March. So that's coming up very soon. But then after that, that's when I start getting to the Texas Frightmares, um, Monster Palooza. So the con season will be ramping up. Yeah, Body Bags does rule, Tony. Yeah, it sucks that what Showtime did with that, because that really could have been really cool. I'll definitely do that, Tony. In regards to Joe Bob and Darcy. Yeah, Steel City does have great panels. And keep your fingers crossed for those guests, Joe. I may do Creep IE Aftermath, but I'm not sure just yet. I usually plan my cons out within like maybe a good 4 month time span. That kind of gives me enough time to not, concentrate too far in advance, but I still have a bit of a plan. And then there are some cons that I plan to try to squeeze in. Like I have to do Living Dead con this year because with the news about the Monroeville Mall being like bought by like Walmart or something like that, I saw an article about. It doesn't look good for the immediate future for that mall. So I have to do Living Dead Con this year. That's for sure. Now I'm guessing if I'm lucky, I just reached my first ad, guys. So sorry about that. But if I'm lucky, I'll get a chance to maybe go to the Buffalo Bill House too while I'm out near Pittsburgh. Dude, that would be so sick if Jamie Lee made an appearance, but I don't see her doing anything unless it's just something like super, super massive to bring out, which Scarefest would be one of those ones. But I feel it would be something like Halloween 50, where it's going to be likely the last one ever. And it would be just like that appropriate send off. So I think that's probably what we'll get. I'm mad that I didn't get a chance to do MegaCon this upcoming week because Millie Bobby Brown is going to be there. And they get some really good guests there as well. So, you know, I'll eventually get to like a MegaCon one of these years because that's another non horror convention that gets good horror related guests as well. Shout out to Benny, y'all, which is one of our newest travelers. I met him Friday, him and his family. I love the young travelers, guys. They're really cool. Help bring energy to this old man. No, I haven't been to Comic Con, but I really need to do that one of these years. I have a friend that actually has a hookup down there. Well, actually, I have a couple of friends that have a hookup down there in regards to friends that are vendors that work there. And they've been telling me that they could possibly get me in. So maybe in 2026, I'll actually put that to use. That would be something that would be huge. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to your new horror fam, Benny. Yeah, super long ad, guys. All right, thankfully it just ended. All right, I'm at 6 minutes and 27 seconds. But if you guys are ahead of me, I'll eventually catch up. Catch up. Hey, just treat it as a lesson, Joe, because sometimes we get down on ourselves. We doubt ourselves, and it's cool. We just got to keep at it and trust in the process. You got to go ahead and realize that you know you're going to have people that are going to like your content and they're going to subscribe and they're going to stick around. You guys are proof of that. Like when I started my YouTube channel, I totally like had this thought on my head where it's just like, man, no one's going to watch my content. No one's going to want to, know my opinion about horror movies or want to, just see what I have cooking off at horror conventions. But I'm still surprised that you guys are here hanging out. Like it never gets old just seeing you guys comment about your opinions on stuff too, because I'm just as curious about you guys as you may be about me. Tony says I got into Comic Con because my band member was working for Fox, but they were super strict that year. Oh man, yeah man, keep at it, Joe. That's what it is. You're just sharpening your skills because everyone on YouTube had to start from somewhere, and everyone's journey and growth is different. Like I just passed like 1,666 subscribers. So that was awesome. I remember when I reached my first 666. So there we go. We're growing and growing, and more people are believing in the channel and what we're doing here. Hey Tony, man, I appreciate that, man. I remember the first one that you came through, man, and you stuck around, bro. I mean, you hung out, and you've been with us ever since, man, and that's why I appreciate. Like, some of you guys come to my stream for different reasons. Some of you just came from just a vlog, and the fact that there's tons of different YouTube channels you guys could be hanging out with, and you're hanging out with me. That means a lot to me, guys. That gives me the energy to keep at it. Hey, Bumper, congrats, bro. You actually won one of the prizes for the first giveaway, Bumper. So congrats. Yes, definitely, Benny. I get notified for every comment that I receive. So what I'll do is, if I'm appearing at any conventions, I'll let people know about it at the live streams. Sometimes I'll post a community post to let you know, hey, I'll be at this con or I'll be at that con. And as we get a little bit more into this, I plan on getting a Discord, just for you guys could just hang out at any particular time anyway. And it'll be a great way for you guys to keep in touch with each other. If you end up in each other's city or towns, you guys can meet up, hang out, and vibe. We'll do like a Discord at like conventions. So if I'm at a particular con and people are there and they want to, actually just meet up with me, grab a brew, or just hang out sometime, we can do that. Hey, Lori, what's up, Lori? Welcome, welcome. Oh, Barbara got the scoop. Daniel's going to be at Mad Monster Party, Arizona. You know what? I think I'm definitely going to have to be in Arizona that weekend because two conventions going on that time seems like a fun, major fun. Yeah, it's cool when one of the fam is one of the first winners of our first giveaway. So major congrats, Bumper. You wonder if Joey Lawrence was up for the role of this dude from Office Space. I The other con that's going to be there is Days of the Dead Phoenix. So it's going to be Days of the Dead Phoenix and Mad Monster Party Arizona the same exact weekend. So that's going to be chaos, dude. So I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure that I'm going to be there that weekend. Hey, Papa Goss, what's going on? Got Josh in the house, man. We got a lot of the fam. Hey, Bumper. I'm gonna well, since you already have my information, email me at horrorgreenbook@gmail.com, and of course put your name. Just put Bumper, of course, in the subject, and give me your address, and I'll send your prize out to you, buddy. I would think I looked up the addresses. I think they're about 30 minutes from each other. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, depending on the guests and the panels and such, I'm going to mix things up. Like, I know that Mad Mustard Party has a really good after party and nightlife vibe. So I'll probably do that on Saturday, unless they decide to do something with Rick from Rick the Selfie guy from Terrifier. He threw a pretty fun party, or I may just do both. So I'm just gonna have to do some planning, and that will make for a very interesting and fun vlog displaying two different conventions from the same weekend. Yeah, man, I'm loving that you guys are in here with me and you guys are engaging in the chat room and everything. That's what I envisioned with this, with the live stream, the live watch parties. Everyone vibing, chatting with each other, chilling. But yeah, email me bumper, bumper in the subject line, and then your address and everything, and I'll make sure to get that out to you, buddy. Like I'm really glad that you were one of our first winners, man. Is that the dude from Con Air? He looks like it. I think that may be him. Let me see. Hey, definitely be an actor, Joe. Don't try to do it, dude. Like seriously. That's the cool thing about, being an actor, dude. Like you just get lost in your roles and there's always a need for actors, bro. Oh yeah, that is the dude from Con Air. Yeah. Who remembers the Gunnar Hansen film called Campfire Tales? Hey, dude, that comes with the territory. That's cool. I like when I was just talking to, well, when I was just at the Creep Icon at the Lost Boys panel, the dude that was one of the Frog Brothers talked about how he had trouble getting one of the lines out, and he was just talking about basically how that was just one of those things that he remembers, but it just happens. It happens to everyone, so that's part of the profession. Tony says, Joseph, I want to be a professional musician, not much different than acting. Make it happen. And what's the best years of my life? Just stay focused and work at. Yep, you're right. You're right, Tony. Seriously, do it, bro. You don't want to be one of those people that looks back and says, you know what, I should have gave it the effort. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams, Joe. And the same thing with Benny, because you're 10 years old, Benny. Definitely follow your dreams, buddy. Don't ever let someone tell you you can't do something because that's one of those things about life. There's going to always be doubters, but you're going to always have a lot of fun pursuing the stuff that you love, man. Like, that's why I love doing the YouTube thing. I love horror movies and I love talking to people about horror movies. I love our other horror movie fans. So the fact that you guys feel the same way that I do, it's cool having this family. And we are the Horror Greenbook family here. We are the Greenbook gang. So you guys are always welcome here. You have a home here in the Scary Sanctuary. You see, Papa Goss says you will learn how to memorize and not get nervous. Yeah, that's right, man. Oh no, you good, Bumper. They're about 30 minutes from each other. From what I remember, it would probably be something. I think I may rent a car for that particular one, so that I could just get back and forth pretty easily. Yeah, doubt the dollars. Make them wrong. Make that your drive. Yeah, GVG, the Green Book Gang. Man, it's been so long since I've seen this film. And it's crazy, like, seeing so many people that went on to do other things or things that I would remember them more for in this film. Like the chick that played Marsha Brady in the Brady Bunch movie. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just like Papa God says, check out the free classes. There's a lot of resources out there, man, just for you to just get out there and just do it for fun. And that's the fun thing about it. Just do it for fun. Don't take it too seriously. And even if you're doing it for fun, you're gaining experience. Yeah, yeah. Because I think one is going to be in. Because I think one is in Glenwood, I believe, and the other in downtown Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere close to downtown Phoenix. So I think it's somewhere close to like 30 minutes. Oh, you don't think you've seen this one before, Tony? Oh, dope. It's a pretty good one. Because you're a special needs person and you have an intelligence disability. Hey, don't worry about that, Joseph. Like I said, acting is really just something to do for fun. There are plenty of people that are actors that have special needs, that, have disabilities and such, and they're able to do a great job acting and in amazing roles. And that's one of those things that I think is really cool about acting, because there's a need for everyone. Like, for instance, like you could be someone that was born without legs and you could get down on yourself, or you could be someone that says, you know what, I'm someone that's completely unique. And guess what? You could end up on a cool, iconic movie involving zombies, being someone that's getting their legs ripped off. And you could be someone that just really affects the life of someone, because they're just like, man, I'll never forget that scene about someone getting their, legs ripped off from them. And that's able to happen because of people that are, amputees, or people that, just may look a little bit different from other people. There's always a need for someone, especially with someone in acting. So I think that's one of the cool things about, that particular profession. You like to meet Robert England, but I have to have VIP pass? Yeah, seriously. Yeah, his lines are always crazy bumper. And it's crazy, the one time I met Robert England, I had VIP, but I didn't need it. Like, I still laugh about that in retrospect, because it's just like, wow. And that was for TerraCon in New England. And I should have known something was up, because I only got VIP for that event maybe a good month and a half out from the event. And from any event involving Robert England, VIP goes like that. So the fact that VIP was still available, I should have known that I possibly could have gotten him, um, you know, um, without it. And I really could have. If I would have just got there early enough, I could have got him that weekend without necessarily breaking a sweat or waiting super long. So, say la vie. Guitar says, Joseph, create a character. Go out in public, spend the day as that character, even when stuff can be awkward. Yeah, for real, Tony. That's a great skill. Yeah, you're right. Don't even trip on that. Yeah, exactly. Just like Papa God says, it's a great way to just kind of just get lost in yourself, to get out of your own head. And you're meeting strangers. So you could just be a super spy in your head, and in your mind, you're James Bond, man. Bumper says, "Oh, your nephew's special needs, and even he dresses up sometimes." Yeah, man, that's the fun thing about it. Yeah, I mean, we're all entitled to be able to, lose ourselves in wanting to be someone else, or be a vampire, be, something that's super fun. So yeah, dude, go for it. Yeah, it's crazy. VIP is pretty interesting for sure. Papa Guy says, when I met him, it was last day of a con in Denver years ago, and there was only 20, 30 people total in line. Man, that's crazy. Hey, but to tell you the truth, if I ever did a con and I got 20 to 30 people lining up for me, I would be ecstatic. That's really cool to think about. Yeah, man, I'd be happy to meet you, Joe. Seriously. If you're at a con, I'd be like, where's your table, buddy? It was at Walker Stalker Con, so it was mostly Walker Dead actors. Oh, yeah. And that was when they were at their absolute hottest, too. People had to get those Daryl Dixon autographs, man. Yeah, no, for real. That's how I feel, Tony. Like, to even have five people just show up for you, I mean, that means a lot. Yeah, and that's a reason why every one of you all support means a lot. Like, seriously, like, I remember your names and everything. Um, you got people like Viral. You have Old Restless. I mean, the list goes on and on and on in regards to people. Lori, made me Ghostface for you, and some of you, you're coming a little bit more frequent than others. But I appreciate you guys spending your time with me whenever you can, because I know some of you guys work at different times. It may be a little bit later for you, it may be a little bit earlier for you. Spending time with family. So I mean, even if you're able to pop in for like a minute or two just to say, hey man, I got something going on right now, but I just wanted to come in and show you some love. Hey, thanks. I love that. So that's great. You guys are always welcome here. See, Papa Goss says none of the giant names were at that con, and if oh wow, what was crazy? Eugene's line was insane. He had like four bodyguards. Really? Wow, wow, that is crazy, Papa Goss. Yeah, every band started by playing to their girlfriends. Yeah, for real, for real. You got to build up that community. Like I said, guys, like it makes me feel like you guys are the first people to really jump on board to what I'm doing here. Like I'm really working on my third year of being a content creator, and I always envisioned people commenting, just keeping the community going, in the chat, people engaging with each other, keeping up to date with each other. We're learning things about each other's lives. That's the cool thing, because I want us to meet up at conventions. If I'm out in your neck of the woods, let's hang out. Hey, Vero, I will definitely be at Frightmare. You will see me around for sure. And let's just say, if you do see me, and if I'm in the middle of vlogging or whatever, please stop me. I have people that have let me know after a con. They'll say, "Hey, I saw you. I didn't want to disturb you. Please come up to me, say hello. Let me know who you are." That means more to me than whatever content I'm getting at that particular moment. I love meeting everyone that supports the channel. But you will definitely see me at Scarioke at Frightmare. You'll see me at the after parties. I'll be hanging out across at the Texican, where everyone's vibing in the courtyards. I'll be at the panels. So I'll definitely be around, Vero, for sure. Let's see here. Bumper says, "Okay, Days of the Dead is doable for me because the nurse will be there again, and I miss characters." And okay, yeah, 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 man. Best of luck of you getting Tom for sure. That could be very frustrating when they cancel for sure. Not saying we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but you know what I mean. I get you, Tony. Oh man. Hey, I appreciate that, Papa Goss, for sure. I mean, I really do enjoy meeting y'all, for real. Yeah, Joseph, you got the blueprint, buddy. We're gonna look forward to your growth as well. Like I said, man, you never know, man. Like I said, I've been thinking of horror movie shorts and things like that. So you guys will never know. You may appear in one of my horror shorts. I will be looking for actors. I will be looking for people to be in my stuff for sure. So any way that I could get you guys involved, that would be cool. Yeah, that's in my neck of the woods, Vero, for sure. I will definitely be there. And I hope Papa Goss will be there as well. And like I said, Vero, also you can hit me up on Instagram too. That's how a lot of people can contact me. So if you're, looking for where I'm at, or if you'd like to meet up, for drinks or whatever afterwards, definitely you could feel free to do that. All right, no problem at all, Joe. Yeah, I love Texas Frightmare for real. I laughed when you stopped the grills and Michael gave me the finger. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I was definitely talking about that earlier with Michael and Jessica. That was super cool seeing them again. It's always a pleasure to meet them. They're just super cool. I just saw their video about the spider pool in in the Hollywood Hills. That was a very cool video. I didn't know about that. Bumper says I have 10 of the Aliens cast members. Otto on Aliens poster still need Tom and Alec Gillis. Gave up on Sigourney. Hey, don't give up on Sigourney. One of these days that's gonna happen, Bumper. That's gonna happen when you least expect it. What I've been keeping an eye out on is Lawrence Fishburne doing another of those send-in signings because he's very high on my list. I need to double check on if when Patricia Arquette will be doing cons because I know she has signed on to start doing cons with representation. So I don't doubt that she'll start making appearances at some of the major ones pretty soon. I'm also looking for Houston Horror Film Festival. That's one of my favorite ones as well. I'm actually going to do a video pretty soon. I've been thinking of just different ideas that I could bring into like the channel for just my thoughts. And one of them would be top 5 horror conventions that I've been to currently, and just update them every year because as I go to more cons, I'll be experiencing different things and how different scenes are. So I have my opinions now based on the cons I've been to, but that may be different after I attend Monster Palooza, you know. So that's something I'm thinking of doing. Also, my tips on how to survive a horror convention for the newbies. So, I've definitely picked up a few tips and tricks thanks to my more experienced convention family. Hey, I'm a huge Aliens fan as well, for sure. The Alien franchise, I'm a big fan of as well. I mean, this is one of those ones I've just been fascinated with forever. You were telling Michael about your Black Widow edition lifted Chevy truck. Oh wow! And how his video reminded me of my truck. That's dope. Well, I imagine you have to have like a pretty spacious vehicle for sure, Bumper. So that's pretty dope truck to have for sure. Yeah, for real. I'm very shocked about that as well, Papa Goss. Like I would imagine that he would have a very huge fan base that would love to see him. Like with the freaking filmography that he has, like my goodness, tons of people. You're surprised more conventions don't have Beetlejuice from Howard Stern. Yeah, I mean he has a great fan base too. Yeah, Larry doesn't want to do anymore. Yeah, because people reminded him of his daughter. He doesn't. Yeah, that would pretty suck. Yeah, that would be pretty sucky to be reminded of some stuff that you would not want to be reminded of for sure. Vero says, I would definitely appreciate a video like that, especially since you've been to a lot of cons. Well, I've for the past few years, I've definitely gained some experience. I'm not the most experienced with cons, but the more that I go to, the more that I realize there are certain things that would make your con going experience a lot easier if you did them. So if I could share that knowledge with some people, that would be very cool. I didn't know Beetlejuice from Howard Stern had passed. Wow. Okay, okay. Maybe he's alive. Okay. my, my heart dropped. Okay, hold on. I was like, oh, I was going to miss that little guy. Okay, so convention tips and tricks video would be a great idea. Okay, cool, cool. I'm going to work on that. I had actually had a list already set up and started. So it may be an ongoing series where I'll start with maybe like 5 to 10 tricks and just expand from that. And also, I'll take in some advice from you guys that have gone to conventions for things that may actually, be worth mentioning in a future video. Because, I mean, you guys have your own experiences that would make, you know, for good ones to add. Okay, he's still rocking. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Haha, little guy, yeah, no, especially in your case, bumper. Okay, I'm glad that he's still around. Okay, Beetlejuice versus Hank was such classic. Gotta leave a trail of Reese's for that little guy. Oh man, I'm getting an ad for Hard Eyes, so I'm gonna see that as well this week. I still have to get out that video for Companion that I was gonna do, but so that I can hurry up and get a jump for Hard Eyes. I'm gonna see that on Thursday, and then also, guys, I need to get ahead of it and let you guys know. The Monday live watch party next week will be a bit later, so I'm thinking maybe 10 to 10:30 Central Standard Time, only because I will be going to a super early screening of The Monkey, directed by Osgood Perkins, and there will also be a Q&A with Oz during that showing. So my screening is like at 7 p.m. at the Alamo Draft House. Love the Alamo Draft House, so it only made it like a no-brainer to be there. So I'm going to see The Monkey early, and I'll come back and give you guys my thoughts on that film. I'm hoping it's going to be a great time. Definitely follow your dreams, Joe, and y'all hit that like button. Smash that like button. Papa God says, I'm fairly experienced now, but I wouldn't reach as wide of an audience as you, buddy. Plus, it would make more sense on your channel. Oh man, I appreciate that, man. Well, definitely all up for your all of your hacks for the cons for sure. Because I know you're definitely experienced, buddy. Beetlejuice and the Drunken Dwarf were like saying Jimmy versus Timmy. I know, man. Some things are just, you know, just iconic, right? Yeah, for real, man. You got it, man. Keep telling yourself that. Yeah, for real. That is a major benefit of living on the West Coast. So I'm like, okay, I don't necessarily have to worry about Bumper and Tony. It won't be too late for them. The Alamo Draft House, the Dallas slash Fort Worth one in Cedar. It's called the Cedars location. So they're showing an early screening of that on next Monday. His ring scraped against the, yep, the ceiling. All right. I'm at 36 minutes exactly, guys. If you're ever wondering where I'm at. Well, he won't necessarily be there. It'll be like a live streaming. So they're going to be live streaming Q&A, I think. I think that's how I read it. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go down, but I'm there for it. I mean, I love Alamo because, they are very strict on people not being on their phones. They really curate the ultimate film going experience. So I'm always down for supporting them. They usually do Joe Bob Briggs screenings and lectures like how rednecks saved Hollywood. So that'll be fun. No, no, this one is close to downtown, I believe. Well, let me double check. Which one is the Cedars one? You may be right, Bumper. Let me see. No, no, this is the one that's close to downtown. The other one is the John Carpenter one that they named. Well, the original John Carpenter in Dallas is like a prospector type dude. But they actually named the Alamo Draft House down there after John Carpenter. So that's really cool. So they actually have a cool John Carpenter location. Anyone else here go to sixth grade camp? I didn't. I was not fortunate enough to have that experience. I would have loved to. But it's funny. I'm definitely talking about that in regards to my son. I'm like, hey, dude, we gotta do something with you doing like a sleepaway camp experience or something like that. Papa God says my buddy who has a podcast in Dallas invited me on as a guest for another episode, and we are prepping people for the monkey. Yeah, man, that's dope. I've heard some good things about the monkey. I hear it's a bit more campy than people would probably expect, which I'm all for. I'm all for camp and horror movies. I want to have those good dark comedy laughs. I hear it's kind of a bit of Final Destination, which is cool. Speaking of Final Destination, has anyone seen the Final Destination Bloodlines trailer? That was a pretty cool one. So Bumper says he went to camp. All right. Snuck into the girls' camp and got busted coming back, but it was worth it. All right. Close your eyes, Benny. This is Uncle Talk going on right now. That's cool. I was yeah. So you were at the dedication for John Carpenter for yeah, man. That was so cool that he was there. Hey, good night, Joe. Thanks for coming through, buddy. It got a great review from King himself. Okay, that's cool. Now with King, that could either be a good or a bad thing. But I have all the faith in the world with Oz Perkins. I'm a big fan of the Black Coat's daughter, and also, of course, Long Legs. So I was really happy during my screening of Long Legs. They actually had already announced and had a little mini teaser trailer for the monkey. So I was like, okay, cool. He already had another film ready to go after Long Legs. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, that was a pretty dope trailer, right, Bumper? Yeah, I know, for real, man. Yeah, I think the only thing that saved is the fact that Stephen King had already wrote the film. Well, geez, the story for it. Everyone takes everything so crazy nowadays. Yeah, that was a dope trailer. Like, I know so many people like immediately went and like downloaded and YouTube that song. Yeah, that trailer was fire. No pun intended. And a bit surprised that the Final Destination franchise had not reached a tattoo or a piercing parlor before. So that's pretty awesome that they've kind of like are covering that, at least in the trailer. They brought that aspect to it. Yeah. Like after seeing the gym, that was one of the ones that I pretty much well, the weight room, I was kind of expecting them to do something with like a tattoo parlor. They're the only ones that freak you out. Yeah, no, you don't want to drive behind like a truck hauling lumber after seeing Final Destination True 2, that's for sure. And what's funny, I just started watching the series with my kiddo, so he watched the first one with me today because I figured I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and go through the five of them, long before the film comes out. So we're gonna watch two tomorrow and just go through the series. And he thought it was pretty cool. He really enjoyed it. I'm surprised he didn't comment about how bad the CGI looked. It has probably been a good maybe 12 years since I've seen Final Destination. So I did not remember how bad the CGI looked, especially with today's eyes. So getting through that was a bit of a chore with that. And you forget how seriously they take the first Final Destination. Like, there's not much of the humor that you would see in the second, the third, fourth, fifth one, and so on. Yeah, you're right. You're so right, Bumper. I was looking at part one, and I was thinking about her role in one and two, and I'm thinking, man, it would be cool to see Allie in something. Like she was awesome. And then also her being in the Resident Evil films. I think she was in some of the sequels for that. Used to hang with Jeffrey Reddick. Wow, he came there 3 years in a row, and we would sit and talk. That's cool, yo. That's all right. I like having that cool connection with the celebs that come through. And the bus hit got you. Yeah, that was such a surprising one. And they did that before it became like so cliche because right then when that happened, you weren't really expecting it. But in the years since then, a lot of films have really jacked that from Final Destination because, and they've done it so much that you can kind of expect when it's going to happen. You're just like, okay, someone's going to get hit by something because they've kind of just built it up, and the way they centered the camera and everything, you're just like, okay, something's about to happen. You just watched The Thicket and it had Juliette Lewis and James Hetfield from Metallica in it. Oh, wow. I haven't seen that. Okay. I mean, I'll see anything with Juliette in it. And the fact that it got James in it, that would be pretty interesting to check out. Juliet is going to be at a convention that I'm planning on going to, and I really need to go ahead and meet her because I love Juliette Lewis. Like, I think her role in California is very underrated, and I think she's just great in so many awesome films. And even to see her still doing her thing right now with Yellow Jackets is always cool. You have a signed Final Destination DVD? Okay, cool, cool. You know what? I haven't seen Studio 666. And it's funny that you mentioned that because I was just watching the performance of the Nirvana performance with Dave and Pat, and they had of course Chris, and they had also Joan Jett and a few other people show up. They had Dave's daughter Violet come and sing All Apologies, which was very cool, but also I'd imagine it'd be a little bit awkward with the family drama going on with Dave. But that has nothing to do with Studio 666. But I need to check that out, though. I've heard some fun things about that one. Yeah, Allie looks great. Also, she got announced for a new hard con in San Antonio. I may have to make it out to that one. it's been a while since I've been out to San Antonio too, and I've met a couple of travelers out at that way, and seen them at other conventions like Texas Frightmare and Days of the Dead Las Vegas. Yeah, I went to her panel, but I didn't get a chance to meet her. I would love to. I would absolutely love to meet her. Yeah, I love her music. Like she's such a super cool chick, and I would absolutely, um, absolutely love to just hang out with Juliette Lewis. Like she just seems like one of those celebs that just would be full of all types of awesome stories. Juliet's one of those chicks who's ugly on the first day of school, and then like 3 weeks later, you have a crush on her. You know what? I kind of always had a thing for Juliette Lewis. I think it started with Cape Fear. It's just something about with that scene with De Niro with the finger, and I'm just like, oh, you know what? There's something about this scene that I like. There's something about her that I like. And ever since then, I've had this thing about Juliette Lewis. But you may be onto something, Tony, for real. It's something about those eyes. It's the eyes and the voice. Yeah, the Fire Aid. That was such a cool performance, like for real. And it was really cool because Joan Jett, like, a little bit garbled up a little bit of the words, but that just made that even more true to grunge and how Nirvana would perform, the audio issues. It was just like, oh, you know what? Somewhere Kurt's pretty happy with this performance. It totally brought back all those memories of being a kid, seeing them on MTV, and just seeing them making appearances of different stuff. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's totally the rock star lifestyle. I mean, it's gone back ever since the days of the blues men. So I mean, it's nothing new under the sun. I mean, secret babies, huh? Join the line, Dave. So you saw Juliet and the Licks open for Muse at Red Rocks years ago, and I told her that I met her. Oh, nice. I bet she really appreciated that. That's cool. Big Texas Terror. Oh, you know what? I think did hear about Big Texas Terror. Yeah, you know what? I may check that out, Papa Goss. You know what? Let me go ahead. Yeah, because I needed an experience. Well, I needed an excuse to make it out to San Antonio for a con. And that may be it. Let me see. Let me actually make sure that's not the same weekend as Mad Monster Party and okay, no, that's in July. Okay. So this is in June. I may be able to make this. I need to actually make my list of cons, guys. I've been tripping. Yeah, June the 14th, 15th. Okay. Oh, that's the same weekend as okay. Well, no, that may not be. Let me double check. Let me see what Monster Palooza. As long as it's not the same weekend as Monster Palooza, I may be able to make that because I'll be able to drive down. Okay, yeah, Monster Palooza is end of May, beginning of June. I may be able to make that. So if you're gonna make that, Papa Goss, you'll be seeing me there. James Jude Courtney and Jeff Daniel Phillips. That would be a great time to meet Juliet. We talked about Slayer when I met her because she was going to play on the same stage as Slayer. Okay, cool. Yeah, for real, guys. Like one of these days, we're gonna like meet up at a convention or something. Like that is my dream one day for us to get together and just all hang up. Like do like some sort of like cool like takeover of like some bar. Like just grab a section and we all just like hang out and vibe. That'd be like so much fun. Like for real. Yeah, if you guys haven't hit the like button, make sure to hit the like button. Yeah, this was always like the creepiest one of the tales of this movie because it was so ahead of its time with the girl chatting online and the possible threats that can happen with it. Yeah, for real, Vero. For real. Oh, the beers will be flowing. Yeah, for real. Like, don't be surprised if someone has to like drag me to my hotel room. Like for real. I wouldn't want to leave, guys. It would just be like, all right, another round. Just go ahead. Yeah, and that's the cool thing because I know that's the whole reason why I learned about Monster Palooza and wanted to go because there are so many YouTubers that I followed that went every year and had so many cosplayers, so many great vendors. And like you said, the fact that the Halloween house and the A Nightmare on Elm Street houses were so close that you could actually do that. I'm like, all right, that seems like a perfect weekend of fun. So I'm looking forward to May with that. So you go through 20 easy. Yeah, it really does, Josh. Like hunt season will get away from me, and I've really been tripping with not getting like my list with my dates. I've been kind of like winging these first couple of months because con season doesn't really start to ramp up. At least I feel until kind of like mid March, mid to late March is when stuff starts to like really start to get crazy. And nowadays, like stuff doesn't really stop until like right after Halloween, or it technically it goes on because you have a lot of holiday related horror cons now, especially with like Krampus and everything. So a lot of people aren't wanting to stop the Halloween related fun. So I'd say even from mid March all the way to you know Christmas season, horror is in full effect. And nowadays with like companion showing in January, it's not a guarantee that a horror film showing in January, February, March being a bad thing nowadays. It's just the fact that there's so much good horror now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make sure to check it out. Hey, man, much love for everyone showing support to Papa Goss, man. He does a lot of cool stuff. It's gets into a lot of collectibles and things of that nature. Very cool guy. I met him at OKC HorrorCon. So, like I said, I love meeting you guys from all over the country, and I love knowing that that's the purpose of the Green Book, the horror Green Book. Going all over the country and shining a light on these super cool cons, um, cons that people may not be familiar with, and they may see it and say, "Hey, man, that looks like a fun time, and that's not too far away from me." Or I have family out there. Maybe I'll go crash over there and go check out that con. Bumper says I'll be posting Muspalooza footage on my channel this year. Going to start doing that. Most of my stuff is live concerts and trailers I've made on GTA 5 with horror movies. Hey, go for it, man. For real, dude. I'm there, man. I love seeing your stuff, especially those trailers, man. Those trailers are super fun. Like that's the cool thing about GTA. Like seriously, like that still amazes me how creative people can be with that. Like one of my favorite YouTube things was like this it was like this GTA related thing that went on forever where it was Freddy versus Jason, but they were like rival rap labels. Oh my god. And not only that, but the music was so freaking good in it. Like they would have diss songs. So it would be like Freddy's gang, who would be like the Crips, and you have Jason's gang would be like the Bloods, and they would be throwing like hits on each other and everything, and it was the funniest thing. And the songs would actually be really good, like great beats, great lyrics. Oh, super fun to watch, guys. Like, so if you guys ever want to like watch something super funny while I'm going on a couple of drinks, I'll put that link up after we watch this, because that is a good watch. Hey, we love drunken reviews and bloopers, Tony. Are you kidding us? We thought you'd never say that. This was a cool concept for a film. I remember seeing this. I think they showed this on like Skinemax a couple of times or HBO. The Warriors took you forever, but it was worth it because in the comments you can see the writer, actor, director wrote me and told me he put it on his fans channel. And oh man, that's very cool, man. That's dope that it got noticed like that, especially for such an iconic film like The Warriors. Like I'll never forget the first time seeing The Warriors, and it's so crazy how like a film can its reputation and its quotes and everything can really precede itself. It's kind of like Scarface in a way where you can grow up listening, like you can pretty much grow up knowing everything that happens in Scarface without seeing Scarface because you hear the quotes and things of that nature. It's also like The Godfather. Like people know the horse head in the bed, but they may not have actually seen the movie. Oh yeah, it'll forever and always be Skinamax to me. Yeah, it doesn't feel 97 at all. It was it was definitely ahead of its time. It's definitely one of the gems of the 90s for sure. When people talk about the 90s and how there weren't too many pretty good horror films out there, I definitely include this in the films that were, went pretty under the radar. Yeah, Killer Clowns. Yeah, Killer Clowns did it too. Exactly. Yeah. You know what? I'll only give it leeway because Scarface is a remake itself. But there's no way they're gonna actually beat De Palma's Scarface at all. Like De Palma, the way he filmed everything, Al Pacino, Pfeiffer, you know, Miami in the 80s, Miami in the cocaine 80s. It was absolutely perfect. There's no better way of doing that. So, yeah, it's not going to go well. I mean, honestly. I mean, people can do it. Like for instance, like with the Superfly remake. The Superfly remake was actually pretty good, but the Ryan O'Neal 70s black exploitation Superfly is what I think of when I think of Superfly. But the remake was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty decent. Hey, the Greenbook gang shows love to each other. We support each other here. Don't touch baby boy. Yeah. I don't think they. Yeah, that's. Some films are a product of a certain particular time. The cast members make the characters. Like, I mean, I can see the appeal of being an actor and wanting to play certain roles. Like, for instance, like how we mentioned Cape Fear earlier. I like the earlier version of Cape Fear, but the De Niro one that was pretty fun too. Only because of the ways in which they went a bit different. With the tattoos and the Hawaiian shirts. That became iconic in itself, even with wrestling. How that trickled down into wrestling in the 90s, and then how that even trickled on to Bray Wyatt and his character. Have a good night, Vero. I really appreciate it. Thanks for spending time with us. I'll catch you next time. Hey, what is everyone's favorite remake? Let's see. Is if I'm thinking of a favorite remake, hmm, I mean, I don't want to be typical and say The Thing. That's all too easy because I absolutely love The Thing. I think that's an example of a perfect film. But if I don't want to be perfect, I also love The Fly. Avatar. I also love The Fly. The Fly is also pretty awesome. Goldblum and Gina Davis, Cronenberg. I don't know, man. Those are two. I think we got. I think the '80s found a way to do remakes so right with The Thing, The Fly, and The Blob. I always tell people those are almost like a holy trinity for horror remakes, and they were all done in the '80s because in some way the '80s were very nostalgic for you know '50s horror. You know, almost in a way of like in the '70s how that happened with Invasion of the Body Snatchers, because that's also a great remake as well. I mean, that ending with Donald Sutherland still is one of those like, man, there's no hope. Like, we lost, y'all. So I'm like seriously, like that gives me goosebumps thinking of that ending of the Invasion of the Body Snatchers '70s remake. Even you know what? Even I like Body Snatchers because with Meg Tilly with her line with like how there's nowhere to run. That's another scene that gives me chills. I like those good gloomy films where it's just like, yo, there's no hope at the end. Respect for the Dawn of the Dead one for sure. Snyder did a good job with that one. I wish he could have kept up the momentum with that. Yeah, you're right. Carpenter and Cronenberg are legends. They are definitely masters. Okay, Anthony doesn't have an answer. Said Bumper says Dawn of the Dead is to say his favorite remake because they were faster, scarier. The soundtrack was amazing, even though George hated it. I get you on that, Bumper. I really loved the remake. I saw the remake. It was my freshman year in college, and when they played that Johnny Cash during the intro, that cameo by Ken saying the iconic line, the fact that it was so different, but it was in the spirit of the movie. It was definitely a great remake. Um, I even enjoyed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, the one that kind of started the whole remake, you know, era, because that one was actually a pretty good remake. I mean, it's nowhere similar to the original in some ways, but you're just like it's similar enough, and I enjoy it. You know, even though they weren't really low rise jeans like that in the '70s, but I appreciate it. Yeah, surviving the game. Yeah, the iced tea. Yeah, yeah. They've remade that one so long. I mean, so many times I should say for so long. Yeah, yeah. The lounge music. Yeah, yeah. That guy's awesome. Down with the sickness. All right, just reached my next ad, and it's a ad for the Super Bowl and how it's streaming on Tubi. That's pretty cool that the Super Bowl is streaming on Tubi now. Pretty much everything's going to be streaming now, guys. This Jack in the Box commercial is making me hungry. Wow, $40 for a burnt copy? Ooh, that's crazy, Bumper. Hey, That was so funny. I was just talking about Ice T to one of my guys in Houston. He was wearing like this super dope Ice T shirt. I was just like, "Hey man, props on the Ice T shirt." Yeah, Munchie Bell from Jax. Yeah, for real. 105. I'm at 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 12 seconds. Yeah, it's been so long since I seen this film, but this is a good one. It's funny how like you haven't seen a film in a while, but you really distinctly remember like the stories and everything. Like I haven't really necessarily been paying attention to the film, but I remember the beats of every single storyline. And that reminds me. This film also reminds me of that. What is the name? Oh my god! Hold on. It's the film where they basically do this, but it's like a Skinemax movie. I think it may have been a trauma film where the teens are recounting how they lost their virginity. I think it's called like the first something. Hold on. What is the name of that film? Hold on. That was another crazy Skinemax watch from back in the day. The first turn on. That's what it was called. Oh man. And I think that may be on Tubi or something like that. Yeah, that is on Tubi. I think we may have to do something where we're gonna have like to do like we do our horror watch parties, but what do you guys think about possibly doing like maybe like a exploitation or maybe like a something else like maybe like a surviving the game like more so like exploitation, B movies, things of that nature. Something like that on a different night. I'm thinking something like that would be pretty cool because while it may not fit the Monday night watch party, we could do a theme around another, um, night where we could do all types of other films, not necessarily, um, you know, um, restricted to horror. You got Surviving the Game on VHS, dope. Yeah, Body Count is dope, and the fact that they're still going is very cool. That reminds me, there's this really cool hardcore band in San Antonio that I came across recently that I'm really wanting to check out called Fear of Loss. And those young boys really remind me of my young days of getting out to hardcore shows. And it's just like, you know what? I'm staying way in the back, not going anywhere near uh, the pit or anything like that. But that would be pretty fun to check them out. They have some pretty good music. But yeah, man, Body Count's awesome. You did the Colors music video on your channel? Yeah. I saw a Body Count when I was 16 in Oakland with Guns N' Roses and Metallica the year he brought out Cop Killer. Oh man, that's a dope memory bumper. So much controversy around that. That's dope, man. All right, Anthony says he's down for it. And Bumper says he'll watch anything, so he's down. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, mix it up like Monster Vision. That's what I was thinking, Anthony. Just we like so many different types of films, so we could do something like that. Even some sci-fi, yeah, just some cool little sci-fi type stuff. Even just some crazy stuff. Like for instance, like some Rock and Roll High School Forever. I mean, I love Corey Feldman, and that would be a freaking fun movie to watch. Because I feel there's never a bad time to watch Rock and Roll High School Forever. Barbara, I just looked at my VHS. I got it for 50 cents years ago from a store I rented at when I was 3 years old. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Catching those mom and pops going out of business was such a score. I go right up to the front of the concerts mostly all the time because I'm filming. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And then you got like one of the best views. You don't have to worry about anyone like blocking your view bumper. A guy that's cool with Ernie C. Dope. You have that. Yeah, man. That'd be dope to meet Ernie. Yeah, I've been getting the itch to go to a few music shows. I've been trying to get back into like finding newer bands. I'm trying not to like be that old guy that's stuck in like back in my day, we listened to such and such and this person and that person. And every now and then I get turned on to a band or a musician where I'm just like, you know what, I'm digging their stuff. So Fear of Loss was definitely one of those bands. And then the fact that they're based in Texas gives me time to go check them out. And they're actually doing a West Coast tour, so they're going to California, and they're going to Vegas soon to a couple of places. If I'm not mistaken, so they're going to do like a West Coast tour. So if you guys are into good old school vibe hardcore music, definitely be on the lookout for checking them out. You have a record store 7 inch of Feldmans. Go for it. Okay, hey, I know you're down for the Feldman fun, Tony. I've I was just watching a video with someone that was reviewing his box set that he pedals at concerts, and that was a pretty fun watch. Yeah, physical media is such a magical thing for me. Yeah, it's one of the first things I collected. It's really cool to have that stuff in your hands for real. Some chick one time said he got behind us at concert. And I said, hell no, you should have gotten here earlier. And no, she wasn't hot. Oh yeah, if you're not hot, you're not getting that privilege, sweetie. I'm sorry. Papa Goss love hardcore music. Yeah, yeah. I think he actually responded to that thread. Yeah, yeah. A Fear of Loss. Yeah, Fear of Loss is dope. Slaughter to Prevail is my favorite hardcore right now. I'll check them out. Slaughter to Prevail. That's a dope name. Yeah, his box sets are crazy. Yeah, when I went to the Houston Market pop up and I saw Corey perform, and that's where I got his autograph. Um, I went by his merch table, and the girl there was basically talking about how much it was and everything, because I wanted to get something to commemorate my experience seeing Corey. And when she let me know the price of that box set, I couldn't help but laugh. And what was funny is the guy who did that video about the Corey box set, he did a GoFundMe because he didn't want to pay the $250 for the box set. So he basically put a GoFundMe up for people to help support him getting it to do a review. And I was like, that's a smart man right there. Tony says, I'm not straight edge, but I always like the East Coast hardcore. Like, okay, yeah, yeah. And those shows are pretty fun, man. I love seeing like the history of how like different bands did their moshing and everything like that. And it's really cool because um a lot of the punk rock shows for like hardcore shows and the rap shows in Memphis, they were booked in the same venues on Bill Street. So it wouldn't be uncommon for, a lot of the hardcore kids and rap kids to get together. And that's how a lot of moshing started out at Memphis shows for rap. So if you look at like 3 6 Mafia videos or any rap videos of Memphis rappers in the 90s, you will see a lot of like high wrapped up hardcore energy. Even going back to the late 80s, it wouldn't be uncommon to see a pit of people running in a circle. And what they called it was getting buck. And a lot of the moves that people would do, like, let's just say like pogoing, people would call that like buck jumping. So a lot of the energy of like throwing bows, like all of that had a lot of crossover. Like even like to like Little John and the East Side Boys, who was very influenced by Memphis rap. All of those chants of like push 'em mother, push 'em, like that was like the energy that I grew up in Memphis. So it was really cool to see like the whole love between punks and rap fans at that time. It's very cool. Yeah, the Hershey Kisses. Yeah, it was like $250 for real. Like, I love you, Corey, but there's no way I'm shelling out that much money. Yeah, they have like a Hershey's Kiss in there, and like these super El Cheapo like Ray Ban Wayfarer style glasses. The singer from Lamb of God will be a horror hound with Corey Taylor. Dope. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did see that. I did see that. And I'm really hoping Corey doesn't cancel, man. Corey's been going through some stuff lately. So hopefully he's been doing better. Yeah, you're right about that, Tony. The punk rockers and hip hop guys have always had a camaraderie, and a lot of the same beliefs, especially like in the early days of not getting recognition from record labels, the DIY ethic, a lot of people were putting out their tapes themselves. The fact that Blondie and Fab Five Freddy were hanging out, in the early days. The fact that, CBGBs, a lot of rap acts and, punk acts were performing on different nights. So that's really cool. Yeah, yeah. Pogo and Cali. Yep, yep. Yeah, so we would do a similar move to pogoing in Memphis, but we would call it buck jumping, and even crowd killing. It could be some crowd killing incidents going on, but at the same time, it was all done in real deal love, and even to the point of like getting music banned and stuff, like how Bad Brains had like banned in DC and how they couldn't play certain venues or have certain songs played. 3 6 Mafia could not have certain songs played like Push a Mother or Tear the Club Up because literally chairs would be thrown and property would be destroyed from just people just getting wild. Yeah, it's like $40 worth of stuff in that gift set. Corey's definitely getting over on people. Yeah, Corey is super short. Ah, that sucks that Flav wasn't there. But to see Enemy would be very fun. That would be like a lifelong dream to see them. You have a pick with Slayer backstage in 2019. That's dope, man. For real. He's always broke. Corey has to pay those bill collectors. Yeah, man, that would be cool to see that video. I would definitely like to see that bumper. Corey's son has a band, and they aren't too bad. Oh, I didn't know that. Two Live Crew, or some Luke Skywalker before Lucas decided to sue him. They're called Vended. Okay. Yeah, this ending of the movie was so cool. And then you realize, oh, okay. So this is what happened. Tony has an appetite for love because he's so horny. I saw his kids band. It sucked. Whatever. I can't not getting out there and doing it. Yeah, I feel you. Hey, as long as you're getting out there doing your thing, I'll check it out though. I'll check them out. I'll give everyone a shot. The Grims have been asking me to make one. Michael wants to see them. He has seen some though. Okay, yeah, man, I would love to see your collection, bro. Like seriously, that's one of my favorite things to see people's collections. Like, man, what super cool stuff like there like people have out there. Like some people have some collections that are like so crazy. Like, how did you get this? Yeah, this film had a pretty good cast in it, and this may have been one of the first films that did the. Oh well, one of the first films that I saw as a then like 12, 13-year old. That was like, oh, they were dead the whole time. Yeah, so they did this. They beat Sixth Sense to the punchline with this. But then again, so many films had done this before this. Yeah, I mean, going back to the cabinet of Dr. Caligari. That's such an interesting '90s tattoo. I'm just gonna put a tattoo right around my nipple. Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good twist. Yeah, no, seriously. Like Sixth Sense was one of those ones. I was just like, man, Rick Lawrence. Yeah, the dude from Roseanne. Yeah, I love stuff revolving around urban legends. It has this cool little mid credits scene. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, it is. And it goes to show that, a lot of these people go through stuff. That's why when I have these people sometimes they're just like, oh, what's a celebrity doing at a convention? He's charging this much and that much. And it's just like, dude, people have bills. People still have stuff that they have to take care of. Yeah, man. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with me and watching Campfire Tales. That's a fun watch, man. It's been a while since I've seen that. Now that I'm here, let me get you guys the link for that GTA like parody Jason versus Freddy video series. What I tell you was like some of the most funny stuff ever. Let me see. Hold on, give me a second, guys. GTA. I gotta put in like the right. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it was called Freddy Krueger in the Hood. And when I tell you, this was some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen in my life. And I'm just like, wow, just the fact that you could do all of that on GTA 5 is ridiculous. So let me put a link in here so that you guys can check it out because I totally think it's worth. And there's a playlist for it. And when I tell you guys, you will not be disappointed. There's like, let me see, one, two, three, four, five. There's like 6 videos, but they start off with like little like 5-minute videos, and then they extend out to like 10, 20, and then there's like a 30-minute one. And I really wish they would have continued it, but I could understand why it would take probably a lot of work to get that stuff done in GTA. Yeah, man, like getting GTA was so crazy. And just to think like where it's gone, like seriously, like the GTA that we have now is exactly how we probably pictured it as a kid. So it's just like, okay, cool, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this new one as well. I'm looking forward to that new one and also the new Last of Us video game whenever that's released. That's going to be a lot of fun. And until then, I'll look forward to the next season of The Last of Us. Oh man, that's gonna be a trip to watch. So I'm looking forward to how they adapt the new season. Yeah, GTA 6. I think they're gonna do wonders with it. I think it's gonna be perfect. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, The Last of Us is very good, Tony. At least I think so. I haven't come across many people that have disliked it. Um, Pedro Pascal was absolutely excellent casting as Joel. They did a great job with adapting, even like the one DLC with Ellie in the mall. They adapted that. The slight changes that they made from the game were really good, and in some cases improvements. So I'm highly looking forward to season two. I hope they do it well. Is it better than Last Man on Earth starring Will Forte? You know what? I haven't seen The Last Man on Earth, but I've heard so many great things about that. And I'm totally down for post-apocalyptic stuff like that. So I'm surprised I haven't checked that out just yet. But it's actually been on my agenda to watch for a while. So I can't speak in regards to a comparison. So since you guys have both mentioned that, I'm definitely gonna have to make that way sooner than later. So people thought you looked like Will. That's cool to know. You know what? I can kind of see that, Josh. I can see that. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that, man. Oh, so you had a cousin that was a writer on SNL. So she knew Will. That's pretty cool. Outer Range with Josh Broncos. You know, I heard about Outer Range. Hold on. Let me go ahead and I really dig Josh Brolin. Let me see. Last Man on Earth. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make a point to go ahead and check that out. I'm like, yeah. And years later, I'm like, Devin was right. Okay. Yeah, McGruber. Yeah, McGruber's awesome. I remember when my boy Jimmy back home in Tennessee, he put me onto McGruber. And it's funny because I've always enjoyed the McGruber skits on SNL, but when MacGruber came out, it came out during that time when SNL movies, I kind of like lost faith in them, even though I do love SNL movies. So I didn't expect the MacGruber movie to be anywhere near as funny as it was. And man, when I tell you, I laughed and laughed and laughed. Much respect to my boy Jimmy, back home in Tennessee. He put me onto a lot of movies. He was kind of like my Yoda in a lot of ways. You know how like guys when you're coming up and you're getting these jobs that aren't necessarily too serious, but you're working them. It's kind of like with Clerks for anyone that's seen Clerks, and you kind of have this guy that's a little bit older than you who's totally like used to this job, doesn't really care, but he's giving you like he's dropping you all these jewels about life and all these cool things. And for me, he exposed me to films like Team America, World Police, MacGruber, just so many films that I hadn't had the chance to see up to that point. And he was pretty much like my Yoda in a lot of ways. So yeah, man. I whenever I think of certain films like MacGruber and Team America, I can't help but think of my boy Jimmy. Oh, she's written for AP Bio. Man, that's dope, man. That's pretty cool to have a cousin that's pretty involved that has done stuff like that. The new Saturday Night movie is great. I thought, okay, I've seen the trailers for that, and I've actually seen comparisons from that movie for certain scenes that they recreated from those episodes of SNL, and it looks very interesting. As someone that's really really interested in the history of SNL, I think that's really cool. I still need to check out the SNL doc. I think it's cool that they included Damon Wayans in it as well, knowing about his very short tenure on SNL and how he went on to be pivotal with In Living Color. That's really cool because I was watching an interview and they asked Damon Wayans about that, and he was he was really cool about it because he was like, as a young actor, as a young comedian, I felt it was needed to go off script and to do what I felt was necessary for the art. But he says, looking back at hindsight, now that I'm a producer and looking at it from the eyes of a producer, he was totally right to fire me. So it was really cool to have him explain that, bit of perspective with that. But he was like, but what's cool is knowing that, even though I feel that he was right in firing me, I know that Lauren knows in the back of his mind that I was the one that got away. And I was like, that's pretty cool, and, I feel that that's pretty awesome to know, and especially knowing how awesome of a stand-up comedian and all-around comedian Damon Wayans is. One of my, favorites. And MacGyver was my favorite childhood show, so if I felt insulted and refused to watch it till my buddy turned me onto it, yeah, I feel that with that Tony. But I kind of got it immediately because it was just like, okay, they're being super ridiculous with this. But when it got to the movie, I'm like, okay, I totally really understand how in depth the writing is now with that. I just watched that bumper and I enjoyed it as well. Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Clerks 2 is awesome. Like Clerks 1 and Clerks 2, fantastic. Absolutely love it. Clerks 3 just only served to make me think of my mortality and make me think of, you know what? Life can really suck. Because it's like, wow. After the amazing ending to Clerks 2, you're just like, wow, it immediately went to shit. So, I mean, at least it had its cool little moments, maybe like one or two feel good moments in Clerks 3, but man, I don't know. I mean, that heart attack must have made Kevin say, you know what? Everyone's going to die. The guy that played Chevy was spot on, and John Belushi as well. Okay, cool. That's high. That's high regards. I'll have to check that out. I always thought SNL should the band's one more song. But yeah, exactly. I think they should have. I think all the bands should have gotten one more song, especially when it's like a really good musical act. Yeah, Chevy Chase is one of those guys that, as far as acting, I enjoyed him, but I've always heard he's one of those people that you would probably hate to meet in real life. So it's like, okay, I never meet Chevy Chase because for me, Clark Griswold is one of the most iconic dads in pop culture. So, I mean, I'll keep Chevy, the real person, separate. Let's see. The guy who played Chevy was great. I got him as the Riddler. Okay, cool, cool. My uncle got to go to two tapings while my cousin worked there, and one was Paul McCartney, and the other one was Paul played. Not, oh man, bro, to have a Beatle actually performing 9 songs, man, I would have lost it. Spots Like Us, vacation movies, the Christmas. Yeah, exactly. You watch Clerks 3 on on the airplane on your phone. I'm like, okay, this is even extra. Yeah, like it was like beyond depressing. Like man, like I don't like. Okay, Kevin, you had a heart attack. You battled your mortality. We're not gonna live forever. But I like these characters, man. Like Clerks 3 basically Alien 3 does. Like to be honest. Like you got to think about it. You first movie changed the game. Inspires so many other filmmakers to get into the business. Second one, while being completely different from the first one, adds on to everything that the first one added on to it, introduces new characters that you love as much as the characters in the first film, and it actually ends off on a very happy ending. Third film, that happy ending that you thought happened, it only lasted for like 30 minutes. So it's just like, oh, okay. And then it ends off on, I mean, even though Clerks 3 wasn't necessarily the most depressing ending, it was still a depressing movie all the way around, just like Alien 3 is. So it's just like, okay. Chevy and Randy have been hitting the convention circuit a lot. I really want to meet Randy. Really want to meet Randy. Spots Like Us was Sam Raimi's first actor role ever. He tripped out when I brought that up to him. Yeah, I love Sam. Sam's a sweetheart. Like, he's one of my favorite memories of meeting a celebrity. He played a guard at the drive-in scene at the beginning. I get Chevy Chase though. That's how I act. Everyone thinks you're an asshole, but he's not. I hope that's the case. Yeah, Tusk. I was able to see Paul with my dad at Austin City Limits about 6 years ago. That was so amazing. Never thought I'd see him live. Exactly. He's one of those people that you just like. When am I ever going to be at the same place at the same time as this person that has changed the world? And the world's not going to be the same because of their contributions, and the world's not going to be the same after they're gone. So yeah, man, that's cool. $1 Million Baby was more depressing. I went in expecting Rocky and wanted my money back. Man, $1 Million Baby. Talk about such a good film. And then it gets to that point and you're just like, oh. Oh, so this is what's gonna happen? Man, that's such a good movie, but man, yeah, you're right about that, Tony. Man. I didn't get to meet Sam at Texas Frightmare a couple of years ago. Man, yeah, the only reason I got a chance to meet him was because of my son. We got in line with him, and his handlers um, brushed us up to the front of the line because he knows, like, kids don't like standing in long lines, and the kids may be Spider-Man fans. So, Matthew Lillard and Sam Raimi and other celebs like that will always get my respect for, um, you know, um, appeasing the families with kids and family members that may be dealing with other family members that have special needs or disabilities, and standing in one place for such a long time, moving very slowly, is not the best way to spend a convention. So the fact that they consider that is always cool. Let's see. I remember you and your wife walking by me when I was in line for Sam Raimi at Texas Frightmare that year. John Carpenter was there before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, we were there, man. I was there with the fam. That's so cool that like we crossed paths before and didn't know each other at that point. So now from now on, when we see each other, it's just like, hey, what's up, man? That's Bumper. Yeah, that's cool, man. Tony said, movies you guys cried to when you saw them. Off the top, Ray got you big. Oh man, there are definitely a few that I could think of. Um, Definitely one that really comes to mind was the Josephine Baker story. That's a very good film, and the end really gets you by the end of it. Like, really big tearjerker. Another film of mine that gets me, as a dad especially, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Man. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Oh, man, that one gets me. When they play that Cat Stevens song at the end, oh man, it's hard for me not to lose it. Like I have to like put my face in my shirt. Oh yeah, Marley and Me. Oh man, Marley and Me. Yeah, that's one of those. For me, the dog not making it in the film, Where the Red Fern Grows. Now, if you guys have never seen that one, definitely check that one out. Where the Red Fern Grows is a freaking great film, and oh man, it's a tearjerker in the end. Let me see. Let me see. There's a what other films? Hmm. Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah, for real. Yeah, the Guardians films really get me for sure. So sorry I spoiled it for you. Oh yeah, the Saving Private Ryan one, and then oh my god, then the Earn It. Oh man, when he says Earn It, ah. Sometimes it's just like you hearing a particular quote will get you. Like, yeah, man. I haven't seen The Mighty. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Let's see what other films I could think of. You know what? While not necessarily making me cry, one that gets me and makes me feel in a really weird place is I Saw the Devil. Super emotional ending because it's kind of like that the Count of Monte Cristo problem where it's just like, okay, I'm fueled by this drive of me getting revenge, and my quest of me getting revenge is the only thing that's keeping me going. But after you finally have achieved this revenge, what is there left to live for at the end? And every time I think of like that final scene in I Saw the Devil, it just sticks with me. Like it lives rent free in my head. The Wonder Years. Oh no, I get you on that, man. The Mighty has Sharon Stone also. Okay, the ending was tough. Yeah, the Wonder Years will get you. Like for real. No, I Saw the Devil was it's a Korean film. And it's so actually I think it may be for free. We may have to do that on a watch party. It's this Korean crime drama revenge flick. And it's sick. Actually, it's on Tubi. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to watch that maybe next week. Now you're in for a long run with that one because it's 2.5 hours. But when I tell you, if you're into if you're into like crime dramas, if you're into like films like any type of revenge or serial killers, gruesome things involving like a cat and mouse type plot. Ooh, I Saw the Devil is so dope. And it's great character character driven horror. Yeah, yeah, Papa Goss. Like I Saw the Devil is dope. Where the Day Takes You is hella sad, but maybe for me because my friend died the same way in the movie. That's the movie I saw when I was homeless and helped me get off the streets. Hey, I have to check that out, Bumper. That sounds like a good watch. Yeah, you're right. It has to star of Old Boy. He's the villain in this role, and yeah, that this movie's a straight up roller coaster. It hooks you in there, like seriously. Once you see what the film's gonna be about, yeah, you're in for the ride. Tom Holland is in the Devil all the time. Okay, yeah, man. There's some good flicks out there that'll definitely cause some tears for sure. Yeah, for real, man. That's got to be definitely something that pulls at the heartstrings, Bumper. Because it makes it all too real. But also, that's the power of cinema and literature. Like, sometimes you can see something or read something, and it'll give you a perspective that you may have never thought of, and it can literally change your life. So, I'm glad to hear that, Bumper. And because of that, you're here with us and part of our family. So, man, that's so cool. Yeah, I want to watch. I want to meet David, and I want to ask him about wrestling. That would probably be the thing that I would want to ask David about the most because of Alyssa. Yeah, that's dope. That's cool. Well, at least I know how to contact two of the winners for my party. Well, for the first giveaway. And Bumper, you have the email, so horrorgreenbook at gmail.com, and I will contact Lindy. And the other two winners of tonight, which again are Ryan Robertson and Brad 2X. So I'll definitely make sure to contact all of the winners for the first live stream giveaway. And that was so cool to do that. So I'm looking forward to getting you guys your gifts. I will be sending those out very soon. You like Mona? You met Dominic Maroney? Yeah, recently, Tom, as well. I would love to I would love to meet him and ask him about like copycat and stuff like that. Yeah, that's very cool. Like for real, I bet that's very touching to know that art that you've helped create has had that type of influence on somebody. And that's the cool thing about doing this on a smaller scale as a YouTuber, because I get to meet so many of you great people out there and hear your stories and spend time with you and get to know like about your family members and friends that you guys hang out with and stuff like that. And we really become a real deal family. Like, I don't use that term loosely. I use it like dumb Toretto. So we are like the Fast and Furious over here, guys. We're family. Papa God says I almost met him last year too, but I had to get over the skeet. Yeah, I feel you. Will Smith was his first movie. Yeah, okay, yeah. Hell yeah, best part of this channel so far is we got an angle from every angle of life from people. Yeah, for real. And that's the great thing about it, man. We could just, you know, chop it up about anything here. We're just shooting the shit and, just being regular, you know, real life people here, that just enjoy movies, pop culture, and, we're taking a break from all the BS that we have to go through. So, you know, as I said, you guys are always welcome here in the Scary Sanctuary. Oh, so they're going to do a Hancock too? Cool, cool. I enjoyed Hancock. That was a pretty fun film, and even the twist with that. I liked seeing that particular angle of superheroes, and that was pretty cool that they did that before like the boys show, and because people like those more grounded aspects of superheroes. It makes them a bit more relatable and more human. Been hitting up on Thursdays. So let's spread the word and jump some dudes into the GBG. Yeah, for real, man. For real. That's what it's all about, y'all. But yeah, let's definitely do that. I'm definitely gonna look into doing Runda's live stream. What time do they do that, Tony? Yeah, guys, spread the word. Tell all your horror loving friends that we're just a cool group of people that get together and we just vibe out. And eventually we'll be seeing each other's at more cons and stuff like that. So, still looking forward to meeting you in real life, Tony. So 5 on the West Coast, so that'd be about 7 my time. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for that. We'll go in there and check it out for sure. See what's popping. Convert some people over. Yeah, let's get that B film night going for sure, and just get some good schlock because I love that good stuff. Some good trauma. Get some good like that reminds me of like this theater. Like it's a good hour away from me. I've been meaning to go over there, but they have this film series called Tuesday Night Trash, and that's totally my type of vibe. So we'll definitely do that. Yeah, party, eat tacos till we puke. Yeah, man. Speaking of, yeah, thanks a lot for the recommendation for those carne asada nachos bumper. Those were so good, buddy. I had to shout you out on the vlog about that. But yeah, guys, thanks a lot for hanging out with me tonight. It's getting close to midnight, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. But yeah, guys, I look forward to kicking it with y'all again. I may do maybe a surprise watch along later on in the week, maybe like Thursday or Friday. We'll see how things go. But y'all have a good one. Well, we're gonna meet up for Runda on Thursday, so I'll see you guys on there for Runda Thursday. So I may do a live stream on Friday, something like that. But y'all take it easy. Have a good night. Again, of course, I am Brendan with the Horror Greenbook, letting you know that it is scary in those streets. So let me know that you made it home. You have a good one, travelers.